I am presently standing on the boundary between southwest region and west region of Cameroon. It is also the boundary between the BLM division and the Menua division. It is also the boundary between Fontem subdivision and Fondonara. So this is the gateway to the place called Quibeku. Follow me to the place called Quibeku. Quibeku is a small village in the outskirts of Fontem subdivision, the BLM division of the southwest region of Cameroon. It is found at the boundary between southwest region and west region. It is bounded by villages like Isoata, Ndumwe, Lekongfokem, Njefonga, and Pia in the Menua division, west region. It has an undulating topography which starts from the south with savanna and ends in the north of the village with the forest biome. This area is blessed with so many small streams, but the main one is the Quibeku stream. Ntseku. This is a historic stream for the people of this area because they got their name from this stream. This stream, on its outlet to Lekong, a dam is constructed where electricity is being generated for the whole population of Quibeku. This stream got its name from the fact that the early settlers of this place had to go through this stream on their way to the Ngundeng market. Whenever they get to this stream, very early in the morning, when they dip their feet in the water, it gets frozen. So they name it Quibeku, which is translated directly as the water that kills legs. Quibeku is made up of a mixed population. The very first two settlers, Mbembono from Lebang and Mbe Malam from Fondonara, the neighboring Bamileke land, came in the early 20th century. They were later joined by Chief Fominka from Jensa, Lebang. Then the influx of people from all over because of the market and the fertile land took place in the early 60s. This place, some 20 years ago, used to be the melting point every week. That is, during the Quibeku Market Day, traditionally known as Alum, where people came from Isoata, from Lebang, from Leku, and even Chang to trade here. Commodities like palm oil, cocoyams, plantains, bananas, yams, sugarcane, and even coffee used to be sold in this market. As of now, we have 4 chiefs in Quibeku. This makes the place peculiar in that these 4 chiefs live in harmony with their people. Unlike other villages in Lebang, where a quarter or a village is ruled by a single chief, Quibeku has 4 chiefs from 2 different fondoms, that is Lebang and Isota. They are Chief Fominka, Chief Fomin, Chief Fonkeleke, and Chief Professor Fotabongleke. As it is well known, social insects are a group of insects that live together and perform different activities for the well-being of the group. So are the people of Quibeku. Their main activity is agriculture, where both cash and food crops like cocoyams, yams, beans, groundnut, maize, plantains, coffee, kola nut, etc. are cultivated for local consumption and exportation. What identifies a Quibeku man in terms of meals is the pounded cocoyams, fufu, with fried vegetables like pumpkin, that is inchi, sweet herbs, bekang, elephant grass in tesong, and groundnut soup, not leaving out beans in gapsa. Palm wine tapping is also a lucrative activity for some Quebecans. Animal rearing also occupies an important place in the lives of a Quibeku man. They also perform social activities like death celebration, Njangi groups, traditional marriages, polygamy is a common practice in Quibeku. This palm is actually an important plant for the people of Quibeku. Palm wine is being tapped from it, and the fruit, the ones who get there, is a delicacy for the young children from this area. This is actually the ones they eat, the ones that are ripe and almost getting rotten. In the local language, mbang is a echu. Unfortunately, you guys cannot have a taste of it, but I do. These people believe very much in their tradition, like honoring the scores of their ancestors or forefathers, performing some rites before important occasions like marriages, born house, death ceremonies. Most of these things are performed in a sacred place called Le Femme.
Le Femme is a sacred place. Anti that. But what the Femme? Mbong mo no, but song mais mother femme. Le fameux symbole à l'use à mon anneau, à un tournant que à venir, pour voir la femme genre. Jour, nous ça, au coup. Le fameux symbole m'binise, but you're right, T.O. But at 20 watt.
The people of Quibeku believe very much in their tradition, but they still know that God exists. This is the Catholic Church Quibeku, the only religion practiced here. So diversity of religion is not in the history of the people of Quibeku. Let's just go in and discover the church. This is actually Catholic Church Quibeku. This is where the catechist normally stands to offer mass.
The church has been existing for many years, and it was built just 10 years today, and everything is collapsing. So we have deemed it very necessary to put up a new church this year, which we have estimated the cost probably to be 2 million francs to put up a local church. But in reality, I do not know what we are going to do, because at this moment we have very few Christians, old women, only one man who is very active in the church, very old Christians. We do not know what to do. And the contribution we have been able to do for a number of years through Thanksgiving, we have only 116,000 francs. And I do not know how 116,000 francs can build a local church, estimating to the amount of 2 million francs.
As concerns infrastructure, most houses in Quibeku are constructed using sun-dry blocks and roofed with aluminium zinc. An average Quibeku man always go for at least a two-phase compound, while the chiefs have a three-phase compound. In a three-phase palace, the main building in the center belongs to the chief, while the women occupy the other blocks. Education is not left out. This is actually government school Quibeku. This school started as a community school around the early 80s and was later taken by the government. This is the oldest building in this school. The school started with this block. The government later get that modern one up there. Then the elites of this place constructed the other building that way. I, for one, schooled here in Quibeku. The rule in those days was that you put your hand across your head to touch your ear. It is only when your hand could touch your ear then you were now fit for primary one. So we all passed through this school, and we wish the government should do something to remedy the situation of this prestigious institution. Talking about development, a typical Quibeku man holds the development of his village at high esteem. This can be confirmed from massive attendance during general community to either construct a road, a church, or a classroom, and most especially the electricity project. We are almost at the engine house. You can get the sound of the engine where electricity is generated. These are actually the pipes that collect water from the dam up there and supply the water that is used in turning the machine that intends supply electricity. We'll follow this pipe right up to the dam and discover what the dam looks like.
They could also create some income generating activities with the use of the current that is being produced from our 10 kilowatt micro hydro plant. Such as small welding or transformation industries, as well as barbing or hairdressing salon, community internet. If we can even put in place, I think most of them will have some sort of employment that will discourage them from going to some other town to look for jobs.
We are actually at a dam constructed on the Quibeku River, where it supplies water to the powerhouse where electricity is generated for the entire population of Quibeku.
The management is structured such that we have a team of the project management committee and working in collaboration with the technicians. We have two of them. The parents organize a team of project management committee, and on the other hand, we have a solid team of technicians. So when both of them work hand in hand, the project is already looking like a success.
Moreover, there is now the Quibeku Development Association, dubbed QUIDA, which is leaving no stone unturned, as we hear from some of their key members.
QUIDA was formed in 2008, as I was saying, with the objectives just for development only, because it's not a political, it's not an organization is there to fight for land title. We are looking forward for road infrastructure.
We have earmarked a number of developmental projects which we know the very first one has to do with electricity. And if we can have access to potable water here, pipe-borne water, we think that it is going to improve on the health of our people here. Above all, we think that if all these things are put in place, the market that used to be the pride of Quibeku is going to come back naturally. Because if all these facilities are put in place, it goes without saying that there is going to be a population explosion here.
And to you, Pa, as an elder person, somebody who has lived in Quibeku for so many years, what can be done to bring back this market?
Fine. The answer here now is that thank God that the fund of Eka is a good friend to the fund of them. The two of them are right to re-establish that particular market.
legele lele ona le bu sanga sento e gabua nkina hamba sang mo fisento mbele bua o allergy ndo so mo gwangele be ngang chute nzele ngang sofa aga be buete be ngang bam zala le se bi gon son so oi be ngang